my beautiful people, and welcome to the very first episode of Theater Talk. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys know me as a animation YouTuber, but one of my other big loves is the theater. I have been acting in plays ever since the 5th grade. I love the theater. I love musicals. I just love everything there is about this place. I want to share that love on this channel too. Is that alright? God. I figured that with it being Black History Month, I figured that this would be a really good choice to be the very first episode. You know what was the original race of Smithers in The Simpsons?
Okay, so you got this book called The Color Purple. It did really well. So well, in fact, that they made a movie based off of it. And that movie did so well that they made a musical based off of it. And that musical did so well that they made a movie based off of it. And that is what we are going to be looking at here today. The recently released 2023 Oscar-nominated film adaptation of The Color Purple.
I'm going to be completely honest. I've never read the book, never seen the original movie, and I've never seen the Broadway show. So I'm judging this film adaptation of the musical as a film on its own, without comparing it to any other version of the story. We got that? Good. The film follows Celie, who just recently had to give away 2 of her children at the demand of her father. We follow her as she gets stripped away from everything she loves due to the cruel behavior from her husband Albert, treating her more like a servant than a wife. Across the many decades the story takes place in, we meet a variety of characters in this family, including a more well-off friend of Celie's named Shug Avery. This film's story is an absolutely powerful one that depicts what it was like to be a black woman in the early 20th century, showing all of the horrible things that Celie had to go through, losing everyone that she once loved, and having her dignity and independence stripped away from her. And when you see a character go through the lowest of lows, all you want to see is them reaching the highest of highs, which, without getting into spoilers, Celie's able to accomplish. And that's just the tip of the iceberg on how spectacularly well told this story is, on top of its amazing characters. Celie is the protagonist that we follow throughout the entirety of the film, and everything is from her perspective. We get to see glimpses of other characters, but it's mostly about Celie. And she is such a well-written and beautifully performed by Fantasia in her first major film role, and she kills it. She knocks it out of the park. Taija B. Henson is also really spectacular as Shug Avery, but she's Taija B. Henson, that's kind of expected. And I honestly thought that the performance of Mr. was actually pretty underrated, because that character went through such an arc. Like, at the beginning of the movie, he was a bastard. He was an unredeemable monster who straight up tried to rape Celie's sister. Like, straight up. But by the end of the movie, he realizes that he has been an absolute terrible person, and in particular, a terrible person to Celie, and genuinely tries to make things right with her. And again, without getting into spoilers, he is behind the big happy ending, and it's honestly really nice to show that even the most despicable of bastards can get happy endings and become better people. It's never too late for them.
So in case you guys didn't know, this movie's a musical. What is a good musical without some spectacular musical numbers? I'm seriously asking you that. We're just gonna review the songs. And keep in mind that I will only be talking about the songs that are included in the 2023 film adaptation, not the songs from the Broadway show. So if there is a song from the Broadway show that isn't in the movie, and I don't talk about it, too bad. Alright, let's start with the opening number, Huckleberry Pie. This is The song between our young versions of our main characters, they're doing sort of like a patty cake thing, a patty cake type song. It's simple, it's cute, and that segues immediately into a real opening number, Mysterious Ways. And this is one hell of a way to open your musical. It is a high energy, wonderful gospel song that has amazing harmonies, spectacular choreography, and some great lyrics. Sheepy Mine also has some great visuals. In fact, the grand majority of these songs do have spectacular visuals. This movie really does want its musical numbers to stand out in a significant way. And the same goes for the next few songs. Keep It Moving and Working. And then things start to slow down a little bit with Hell No, which is a spectacular number. And then my personal favorite song comes up, Shug Avery's Coming to Town. Oh my god, this song definitely gives off 1940s golden age musical vibes. Like, I really do think a lot of 42nd Street in particular when I hear this song. It also brings like a lot of vaudeville vibes from this song in particular, which definitely fits with the type of character that Shug Avery is. Probably the song that stands out the most to me visually is What About Love. This song is sung by Cecily and Shug Avery, and it's basically a love song between the two characters, but it's basically said, you know you want this, but you can't really have it. Sorry. Because at this point of the show, it's in like the 1930s, and you could not be gay in the 30s. Like, that was a big no-no. But yeah, it features some beautiful cinematography that, again, looks exactly like a musical from that era, and it is truly, in my opinion, the visual highlight of the movie. A song that I think is the true showstopper, the one that really does bring everything together, is not the closing number, which is probably what you would expect, but it is one of the final songs in the movie, and that is I'm Here. After everything that she has gone through, Cecily is finally at a place where she can considerably be happy. And the movie's not even done yet. She doesn't get the super duper happy ending just yet. But even then, this moment still feels super satisfying. I think that's the best way to describe The Color Purple. It's a satisfying movie. From beginning to end, this movie does nothing but give you some amazing visuals with beautiful storytelling and spectacular musical numbers and well-defined characters. Even the most despicable people within this story get a redemption arc and are able to become better human beings. I highly recommend you guys check out The Color Purple if you haven't already. It is truly a fantastic piece of cinema. The movie is currently streaming on Max, but please be sure to check out the Broadway musical whenever a local show shows up in your area.
And that was the first installment of Theater Talk. I know this video was pretty simple, but I figured that it should be so that I can get myself up to do the bigger, better musical theater videos that I plan to do in the future, and other forms of theater too, not just musicals. I have a lot of fun ideas that I want to do with this series, and I can't wait to share my love of theater with you guys. And I also want to apologize for not getting this video out in time for Black History Month, but it was out in time for Women's History Month, so I guess I still win. But anyway, guys, that'll be it for this video. If you want to see more musical theater content and some more animation content, we're still doing that. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button. But until then, I will see you later. Bye!